Hey people, welcome to another video. Today I want to show you the very last steps in the process of finishing a track. There are several steps needed in finishing a song, writing a song, refining a song, recording the song, producing, rearranging the song, also referencing it to other tracks and so on. But today I'll show you my mastering process and also when the song is completely finished, how I release it. And by the way, I'm not a professional mastering engineer. I try to do my best with mastering my songs all by myself, but I know there are professionals out there that could do it way better than me. That's fine for me. Maybe someday, if I earn money with my music, then maybe I can invest in a good mastering, but up until this point, I will do it myself. So let's switch to the DAW and have a good mastering time. Let's look at my mastering process. As I already said, I'm not a mastering engineer, but I try to get my songs to that level where they sound comparably good and well enough for me at the moment. Here's my song. That's what it looks like. And there's my reference track. I'm not able to play it for you in the YouTube video because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but I'll use it throughout the mastering process. I have a mastering chain that I use most of the time, but I set it up each and every mastering session because I want to keep my ears fresh. So let's quickly go through it. The first plugin in the list I use at the beginning is mxmx. mxmx is a function in Logic where you can load your current song in and your reference, and you can see what the different EQ curves are. And the most important feature there, you can match them. I always play around a little bit with that because most of the time this helps me identify where there are problems in my mix. In general, I start with the 0 setting here and just play the song. And then I increase the value. And also exaggerate it. Go to a more present. Okay, back to 0. Okay. Yeah, that actually makes a good difference because there is this boost in that kind of thumpy, chesty area down there. I really feel like this is good for the kick drum. So let's play it with 0 setting again. I have to listen several times. It's quite subtle, which is a good sign because this means I'm not terribly off with my EQing and my overall sound. So I just take a loop and listen several times. I just keep it like that. It brings out some of the frequencies I didn't have in my mix before. Now I A-beat the songs and the sound is really close. I really like it. I got the vibe out of my reference. That's really cool. Stealing the vibe. Cool concept. And by the way, in my mastering process, I try to adjust the volume of the reference to my mix because of course the mix is not as loud as a mastered song. I want to get there, but I only push the volume in the last step. So before I try to keep it at the same volume. Let's listen what a little bit of compression might do to the sound. I always use this punchy preset here. And adjust the low frequencies to 100 so it doesn't compress the low frequencies and destroys my bass drum. We don't want that. Okay, that's already quite heavy. Let's turn that down a bit. So, out. Let's see another preset there. Yeah, something like that. And another thing I want to try today is a bit of saturation. Let's see how that works. Okay, need another section. Yeah, I think that's cool. Let's keep it. Also, another thing you can do while mastering is the club toilet test. I learned that from Be the Lick, a really nice YouTuber. I learned a lot from him. Now the reference. Okay. My track definitely has a lot of that really low end. Yeah, if you're not using headphones, you won't be able to hear that, I think. So that's the below 50, below 60 hertz. Maybe it can be a little bit more punchy if I reduce the lows a bit. So that's too much. Compare it to the other song. Yeah, maybe it's psychological tricks I play on myself, but I think I can hear it. And I think I want to tame the saturation a bit. Yeah, that's fine. I also sometimes try to see what a stereo widening plugin does to the sound. So let's listen here if it makes it better or not. Mono. Actually, that's pretty cool. Let's listen from the beginning. Definitely more the ear candy kind of stuff, but I think that makes it better. Let's listen again. Different section. So no widening. Really too much widening. Maybe. Yeah, I think a bit wider sounds cool. Nice. I think we're ready for the final EQ, which in my case is the FabFilter Pro L2. I don't have any other FabFilter plugins yet, but I bought the FabFilter L2 just for mastering actually, because that's what they told me. I use a preset here which is safe final few dB. Let's see how this works out here. And I set my output level to -0.02, which means that it will never reach 0, hopefully. So that's the thing to look out for. Let's see how far we can push it without artifacts. Okay, there's nothing really happening there anymore. Doesn't get louder there. Can also try another preset here. EDM punchy. Back to 0 there. Yeah, this really has the potential of totally destroying the sound. Let's try one thing. I try to adjust the limiter in that way that the input signal is as loud as the output signal here, so we can compare it better. That's the mix. That's the limiter. Back. Okay, works. Now I think it's really interesting to A/B the mix version at the same loudness or at the same perceived volume versus the mastered version. There are tiny little adjustments, but they add up very well, I think. The master sounds cool so far. The special trick there is once I'm done with the mastering, I can boost the dB like 4 dB or 5 even, and it's a lot louder then, but we stayed true to the original mix. Let's A/B it. Mix. Master. Mix. Yeah, I like the energy. Cool. Let's do the rewarding last step there. -2. So turn down my headphones and also maybe yours. Cool. It works really well. Also, one more thing we can do is look at the metering here. So Logic has this multimeter here. And let me just play this loudest part. Okay, -6.5 LUFS. Pretty loud master there. Nice. The final step there is to listen to the song on different speakers or with different headphones. I'm gonna do that now, but I think it will be fine because I referenced. Referencing is the thing. If you do that, almost nothing can go wrong. By the way, when you're exporting for streaming, keep in mind you have to export in 16-bit 440. If your project is not in 16-bit 44,000, you have to enable dithering. This just helps with some export conversion artifacts that could happen, so just a thing to keep in mind. Now the song is mastered. What a relief. And actually, one thing I have to tell you, in the last part of the song, I actually changed one little thing afterwards because there was a bit of clipping. I didn't solve that in the first mastering session, but afterwards it bothered me. So I changed that a bit, but nothing substantial, just the clipping in the last part. Now that the mastering is ready, let's look at the cover design of this song. That's the cover, and I'm really happy about it because that's the first cover design of my own music that I didn't do myself. I asked my friend Nick to help me out with that. I think he did a great job. I'm looking forward to the next single covers as well because I think that's a really nice concept there and we'll stick to that in the following releases. So mastering is done, cover is ready. Let's schedule the release. I personally use this service called Recordjet, and I switched the language here to English for you to understand it better because it's actually a German company. They have great support. I really like that so far. I always use this basic class here, which means I pay a one-time fee and then I can get 90% of my royalties, which is fine for me. Let's click Create Release here and upload the cover art. There it is. So now Aggroland and then my artist name there. Release date. So today's 8th of March. So 2 weeks in the future, which should be 21st of March. Target price, whatever. That's a bit, nobody buys my music, so it doesn't really matter there. Language English, genre electronic, and there should be a techno thing there. That's the genre. Everything right? I think so. Okay. So now I'm adding the track. So there's the master file uploading. And then I can type in the title again. Not explicit, composer. That's my name. That's my name. That's my name. No, I don't think we need additional information there. And I always select all stores, but here you have to click TikTok and Facebook, Instagram extra. That's not automatically selected. And then this is it. A single could actually contain 2 tracks, so I could potentially release Aggroland as a single version and as a extended mix or something. I'm not doing this because it's enough work finishing 1 track, so that's fine for me. And I mostly pay with PayPal. Now I click Pay. Okay, payment is successfully executed. So let's check all the details. Aggroland mxmx, 21st of March. That's right. Business class. Okay, I agree. And bam. That's it. So now I have to wait for Recordjet to approve this release, and then I get a notification that the song will be delivered to the stores. And with Spotify, it just takes a few days. With other services, it may take longer. I never had any issues there, so I think this should be fine. So that's it for this video. As you may have realized, this week I didn't show you many of my creative processes or something else. I just focused on this mastering and releasing stuff. But that was also because I didn't do that much of my own music this week. In my creative workflow, it always helps a lot to produce the song and to put everything you can into the song, but then to just let it sit, to let it rest. And I actually tried to not listen to the song for at least 5 days to get some distance between me and the song and to hear problems in the mix that I didn't realize were there before. So a little break can really help. I'm also thinking about doing a little pre-release of this song next Friday, so Friday 14th of March it should be. Maybe just on Bandcamp, but I keep you updated in the next video. Yeah, see you then. Have a good time.
unfiltered.